It looks a little breezy out there.
Yeah, more
Notice.
wind today
Yes.
than we had even yesterday. We do have another calm day ahead of us, and let me tell you, that beach forecast for this weekend, it is looking pretty nice. However, there will be some wind in play, even more than today. Right now, if you're headed to the beach, we are looking at temperatures that are going to be working their way into the 70s, so really pleasant conditions. The wind is back out of the south, so it's back on shore. That wind will be a little chilly if you're out at the beach because it is flowing over our water, which is still running at about 63 degrees. So the sunshine hasn't warmed our sea surface temperatures up too much just yet. I do want to point out low tide still in the morning. If you get out for the sunrise, which is at 7:42 a.m., low tide, it'll still be retreating, right? So low tide is at 9:04 a.m. Then the tide starts to work its way back up there by 4:38 p.m. UV index still running very high, but we may have a little bit more cloud coverage out there on the beach today because of that humidity. Notice, I want to point out, remember this in just a few minutes. We have a decent amount of kind of yellow and orange still on this map, right? It's not a lot, but it's a decent amount right along the coastline where temperatures are staying in the 80s and 70s. And then we have lots of 90s in play. We're nearing 100, the triple digit mark there for Freer and Hebbronville later on this afternoon. Why is that? Well, right now, we are seeing temperatures that are cool, but we are tracking a dry line. Where this dry line sets up is going to play a role on who has the highest fire danger today, but also how hot those temperatures are going to get. So we're humid, warm, and breezy in between this area of high pressure and this area of low pressure. We could see some sustained winds around 25 miles per hour later on this afternoon. Where the fire danger is highest is just to our north and west. So this is the coastal bend right here. We have Live Oak County, McMullen County, and then just northwest of there is where there's a fire weather warning. The dry line is going to play a role in Duval County, which is why those temperatures are nearing the triple digit mark the further west you live today. The dry line slides in, but our onshore flow is still pretty strong, and that sea breeze pushes it back off to the west overnight. As we head into Thursday afternoon, the dry line makes its way closer to the coast. So tomorrow, watch what happens to our high temperatures. Here in the coastal bend, we pretty much get rid of that yellow except for our barrier islands. So now everyone is red. Everyone's anticipating temperatures in the 90s tomorrow. That wind will be out of the northwest. It will shift back to the southeast as we head into the evening, and the dry line does retreat. So we see the dry line returning actually on Friday, cold front moving in on Saturday. And it's not until that cold front that we really see our winds intensify, and our fire danger actually is going to be at its highest once the cold front comes in, because we'll have stronger winds and dry conditions. So with that being said, very high fire danger Thursday, Friday, extreme fire danger for the weekend, but those temperatures are trending pretty nice. We'll be in the mid 80s for Corpus Christi, so about 10 degrees or so cooler at the beach.